Hey, Skeeter. Good evening to you, man. Yeah, I heard you. I was trying to get back to you. It was rough, man. That was a protecting rough day. But I did hear you in there a couple of times. Tried to make it back to you. By the time I got the beam spun around a little bit, it was just a bit too late. You done fell out of there.
Yeah, I didn't have very good conditions in the Mobile, but I definitely heard you all over town, no doubt about it. Hello, 775 and Countywide.
Hello, Skeeter.
Ha ha, you got the old imitation Browning going?
Well, sure sounds like the real deal.
You got that two-piece transceiver receiver transmitter. I guess you wired it up that way?
That's right, I got my two-piece radio, my Multi Elmac AF 67 Hallicrafters R274D. Throw a little capacitor in the mute line and everybody thinks you're running a Browning.
Say Roger, yeah. Yeah, I was having a hard time hearing you a few times out there with the Galaxy 88, but I think it might have been off a frequency.
Who, me?
Well, I was going by the frequency counter on the radio, and it seemed to be off just a little. So then when you keyed up, it would give a high pitch, like a crystal mixing sound to it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's not exactly on. But I'm doing the best I can for a radio that ain't supposed to be here. Remember, we went and looked at it, and you asked me if it did 11 meters, and I said, I don't think so. But, you know, pop a crystal in there, and, you know, I had to stretch the crystal to get it to where it is, because I guess it's different capacitance reactance going on or whatever, and, you know, that's as far as I can pull it. If I pull it any further, it quits oscillating.
Which radio was that?
Remember when we were at the Sellersville Hamfest, and I was pointing out that little Multi Elmac?
That was a Yaesu, wasn't it?
No, we went and looked at the Multi Elmac. It had a separate power supply, and then the hammer tone gray radio with a big dial.
Yeah, I think I remember that wasn't in the same road. That was in the road next one back, right?
Yeah, it was a different row, and I was pointing it out to you because I said it was a good price, and you asked me, does it do 11 meters? And I said, I don't think so, it's not on the dial. But it tells you right in the manual, because the radio was made in 53. 53, 11 meters was a ham band. Tells you right in the manual. Yeah, you can't do 11 on the VFO, but if you pop a crystal in there, it'll tune. Basically is what it said. So I popped the crystal in there, but the only one I had that was reasonably close, and I had to stretch it a little. You can only bend a rock so far.
Roger, so that's the one you got up there, or is one like it?
No, that's it. I bought it then and there.
I didn't see you up there with that one.
I walked past it 3 times, and I made the scope around the place, and I didn't see nothing else, and I kept getting drawn back to the thing. I walked home with it. Here it is. This is it.
Okay, Roger, right on.
Get down and get funky. Live worldwide on Spew Radio. It's time for Classic Radio Roundup.
Yes, it is. Classic Radio Roundup. The greatest show on Citizens Band Radio. Hello there, Sam Bagger. You running the old Mark III? Yes, I am. It's Browning Mark III night.
Evening, Sandbagger. Evening, Skeeter, Countywide, Sparky, Operator Ron, Dr. Hammer, whoever else is out there.
Ah, it's roll call time. There we go. Hello there, 44.
Yeah, I guess it's 2-piece squealing radio night.
What are you doing over
radio with the icon, so I know I'm on frequency.
You know, I heard you do that a couple times. I was going to ask you what you're doing. Now I know.
Yeah, he's always doing that.
Sound like the Star Trek pager when you know that little thing they hit on their chest.
Yeah.
Well, here it is, Dave. AF67.
I love it. That thing sounds wonderful.
Yeah, and the greater part of Europe thinks so also.
Because me, I've got visions of rack-mounted audio processing gear and studio microphones and broadcast audio, but what the heck, you know, throw a D104 on it, it'll sound like the best of them.
High level plate and a D104. There it is.
Yeah, not much different than what I'm running over here. Ooh, nothing like a little staticky mic. I think I need a new cord on this mic. I'm running a Browning, but it doesn't ping. I can turn the squelch up and get the same result.
That's no fun.
A Browning that doesn't ping, I know. What good is it? And then swing.
Oh yeah, mine's swinging over 20-some watts. Woo-wee!
Look at that. Yeah. Too much of it coming up. Yeah, she's working.
Now there's a ping for you.
That's a ping.
Yeah, I put the receiver in sideband and it hit the BFO.
Yeah, it's like sliding on frequency a little bit.
Yeah, I had it sounding like a country band, you know, saw that you play.
That's a hillbilly ping.
That's a wannabe.
Yeah, it's gonna be ping night, I think.
Sure, why not?
Anybody out there listening that doesn't like the sound of pings is gonna get annoyed real quick.
The wife's probably got herself locked in the bedroom with the TV turned up and a door closed.
Yeah, there you go. Hello, Sandpacker. What's happening there, Hammer? We're just riding the Johnson and watching the Bo Lancaster move. Yeah, is it snowing out there yet? No snow. Lots of rain though. Lots of wind. It's kind of cold tonight. We're down in the low 30s. Every leaf is off the tree though. Snow's coming. Now you could have gone a whole week without saying that. You know that, don't you? I could have, but what would the fun have been in that? But the implication is that 3 days after I get it, you get it. Not always. We could have that nice warm ocean influence that could turn it all to rain. Just go outside and do a war dance or something. Actually, there is some rumblings out there about a potential snowfall next week sometime. But some of the more pragmatic forecasters are downplaying it, saying, it's not impossible, but they think it's maybe 10% that it's going to be snow. But you never know. Stranger things have been known to happen.
Gives the weather people something to talk about.
Yeah, it sure beats talking about global warming. Want to be in the Philippines right now.
Well, global warming's going to change if these sunspots keep up.
Yeah.
good one last night.
Oh, flare.
An X3 class solar flare last night, and it has more energy for more X class flares before the thing leaves facing Earth.
Well, that's interesting. It's not bothering us tonight, though, thankfully.
Nah, the sun went down and it was pretty much all over. But I did say hello to the Hammer Direct today, and worked all over Europe with 16 watts of carrier power on a 60-year-old long glass radio.
That's how you know it's working.
Working and conditions are good.
Roger, right on.
Yep, there was no help. 16 watts of carrier power. In fact, that's all I'm running right now.
Really? Nothing else?
That's it.
No amp at all?
No amp at all. Just my Multi Elmac 6 LQ6s and push-pull modulate in the 6146 final. Come on.
No way. Because you're just under S9. There's no way.
I do not lie, and the video gate's rolling. No one hears. Everybody knows when I'm running the 8-pill, you can hear the fans. Do you hear any fans? In fact, I'll turn it on. You can see the difference. There it is. Countywide. Countywide.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because when you're completely and totally barefoot, you're like down around S5. And when you're running like a one tuber or something, you're up to maybe an S7. And you're giving me what you normally give me when you got whatever it is you normally drive into the 8-pill, maybe slightly less. When you turn it on, you went up over an S9.
The leaves are off the trees.
I didn't think it'd make that much difference.
I was looking at my signal on Spew Radio, and I'm sitting there just as amazed then as you are now. But I'm going to roll with it.
Wow.
That's why I said I don't need to run the amp tonight. I'm already almost S9.
That's weird because that's only 6 dB more than a barefoot signal. Well, it's an S unit, but that should probably push you in the S7 range.
This thing does 16 watts of carrier, and if I whistle in it hard, it'll peak out at 60 watts.
Interesting. Well, that's good. That's good peak power.
Yep, got a good tube in it. Yeah, the Multi Elmac works. I'm absolutely amazed. I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with a single 6146 on AM. It hasn't held me back one bit.
Well, the nice thing about that is you don't need a pre-driver 2-pill or something to drive. That'll drive right into the other one.
Yeah, you saw the result there just a moment ago.
Yeah, a little pinch maybe, but...
Yeah, and there's no way to turn the power down on the Multi Elmac, you know, and I would rather put like 25 or 20 into it, or even less, but hey.
Well, 16 is less than 25.
Well, I'm talking peak power.
Okay, and there's no variable on the front of the amp?
Not on the 8-pill, no.
I guess not, no. That's when you get up to that level.
That's right, you give them maximum smoke input.
Well, not only that, they're designed to be driven with a lot more power, and those little variable resistors would go up in smoke.
Show you right. Well, this thing runs fine all by itself. It's nice and quiet out there tonight. The leaves are off the trees. It's classic radio roundup. And as a footnote, the gate is a-rolling because it's just so nice out already.
27.115 on your AM dial. This is classic radio roundup.
That's right. Running this Browning LTD 23-channel crystal radio.
I hear you out there, Shadow. That's right. All these big old radio transmitters. Come on.
Oh, that's big time operator.
on our glowing glass antique flea market junk.
That's right.
Whole lot of pinging going on.
Yeah, it's like a ping pong match.
Show you right. We're in tune right now.
You're right.
It's gonna drive somebody crazy.
I can help with that.
How many Brownings can we get on the channel at one time?
Yeah, hey Sparky, did I hear you say you're running a Browning LTD? That is correct. Where'd you get that? Off of Mr. Scott. Oh, it's part of his collection? That's a nice radio. Yeah, this one's not hacked. Well, it doesn't have extra channels in it, let's put it that way. Well, it's a 23 channel crystal radio. But it was made by Toshiba. It's sort of like a Diamond 60, a Tram Diamond 60 and a Cobra 132. It's kind of related to those. Very well made radio. Yeah, the audio that I'm listening to through the speakers is great.
Is that a bass or a mobile?
Mobile. It's heavy though.
Built-in power supply? No.
No, just lots of stuff in there. Bunch of transformers in there, little ones, all different ones.
10-4, Roger, right on.
Yeah, it was a well-made radio. And, well, it was expensive for a mobile, too, in the day, but you get what you pay for. Oh, yeah, these would have been like $300 or $250 or something crazy. More like $350. Ouch! Yeah, the mod was so hot on it, I had to just run a non-amplified mic on it. Nothing's got a mic gain on it, does it? No, but the Delta tune is open. It says Delta, but the clarifier is open. Delta? Really? Yeah. It's right next to SQU squelch. Like, I guess, you know, it's a smaller radio, so they couldn't put clarifier on there. Yeah, I was going to say, because the LTD is sideband, but Delta tune is an AM thing. Yeah, that's what they called it on here. On this radio, it is a sideband radio. Hey, it's working. That's all I care about. I have another one, but it has extra channels. There's a switch on the bottom. That one certainly looks or sounds good. It's real clean. Yeah, we were talking about that some of these radios you don't need a power mic on, and you know the minute you put one on, it ODs it, you know? Well, you just have to be judicious on how you set it, you know, that's all. You set it up properly and you know, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's the stock mic. Is that the factory stock mic, the Browning stock mic? No, it's a static 636 wood grain model, though. Matches the radio nice. Yeah, it is a good match. That's got nice audio, but I'm surprised it doesn't have mic gain. I'm thinking of the Tram Diamond 60 that had a mic gain, so you could adjust it. You know, if you had a little bit too much smoke on the audio, you could always just back off on the gain a little bit. That radio also has a pot inside of it that you can adjust the carrier power with, so you can back it down even more and get even more smoke and audio out of it. Yeah, that had been done. The deck key had been lowered on this radio, yeah. I'd like to find the Baron. That's the big full-sized. It's probably Toshiba, but it's a Browning, and it's got the mic gain on it and all, but man, they go for crazy prices. The Baron's a 40 channel. Yeah. And that is a Toshiba radio. And they're not bad.
Sounds good over here.
Everybody sounds good tonight, though, but I don't know. How many Brownings we got? 3 so far?
The Shadow says you sound good, too. I guess I'm about the only one that can hear him in between.
I hear him. Where's he at?
Exton, come on in here, Shadow. You got a window.
Yeah, I'm down
throw the beam down that way, and you'll get even stronger.
Yeah, I'm just curious how it sounds when you got down here tonight. Like I said, I'm on a new radio here.
Well, I brought you up in that unit. You're now at S7, so you're sounding good. I guess that's a stock microphone on that radio.
Roger.
Roger.
Yeah, I got to get you all the little knobs.
Yeah, that always helps.
It's always fun to have a radio with knobs.
Say again?
I said this thing came with the factory analog gauge. It gives me the signal power, SWR, and modulation, plus I have the frequency counter.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Got it good on 27.115.
Yeah, you're doing a good trip for a mobile, sounding good. You got something going on right there.
Who's that Sparky?
Nah, this is Spitfire, your county-wide radio.
Alright, Spitfire, where you at?
A few miles away from Sparky over here in the same area.
Up around that Pine County area, or are you over more towards Collinsville?
I'm in between Pottstown and Springmount.
Roger. I tell you what, I can hear a whole lot better.
Well, hearing is half the battle. You got to be able to hear who you're talking to.
It just seems like it's a lot easier to pick everybody out of the